It should be. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Jamar 4.
and we're here for another episode of the Prelude tonight. Okay, and tonight we have one. I would say one of the fan favorites, but I will say the fan favorite because that's the only one that I see everybody not having anything negative to say about. Is Chasing LA's very own Hershii Licquor. This is one interview that I have been very much so anticipating, regardless of what's going on in my personal life right now. I still try to come up and make it do what it do, regardless of what's going on in my life. But also thank you to Jamar, who has reached out to me in regards to my uncle passing. Shout out to Josiah as well as everybody else in YouTube land that's reached out to me, and also my team Scotty people and everybody that supports this platform. Thank you to each and every one of you guys for reaching out to me. It's been a hard 24 hours, but I'm getting through. I got me some 1800, so I would not leave Jamar hanging, being the only hype ass bitch up here. And we're gonna get popping tonight, okay? Now, with that being said, let's bring our guests into the building. Let's bring in Hershii LaCour. Let's bring Hershii in.
That's me. Yeah.
Baby, she came catered tonight just for us.
Just for
Yes,
y'all.
Give us an old
And
nasty.
you're not alone with the 1800. I also have my own mixed drink. Hold up, because I don't get free promotion. I also have my own free drink.
What are you sipping on? What is it a combination of?
Fireball, rum, and Coke with a little bit of sweet tea.
I had to let Fireball go. We had to break up.
It's a constant stay in my cabinet.
we had to break up. She was making me do some things I regretted.
like what? Have you told me about those things?
Anyways, no.
Mm.
No, I mean, we can talk about those things. I can't be in front of the camera. We got to go backstage and kiki about that.
Understood.
We got to
I
go
might be,
backstage.
I might be grieving right now, but I'm still gonna be just a little bit
And you
messy.
know what? That's fine. And don't think just because you're grieving that you are immune to my shade, okay?
Come on.
That is just fine. I can shade you back, bitch. I'm on alcohol right now. But
That's fine. That's fine. So again, thank you again, Hershey, for coming on to the platform.
Absolutely.
And we've given, you your own introduction, but we would like you to give yourself an introduction, tell us who you are, what it is that you do, and tell us one interesting fact about yourself that people who watch you may not know.
Oh, I'm Hershii Licquor from the legendary House of Jate here in Los Angeles, California. Originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Started dragging Atlanta, prospering out here in Los Angeles. One thing that somebody wouldn't know about me, technically, I'm like trained in gospel singing, but I don't mess with gospel anymore. Not I don't mess with church anymore. Let me not say it like that. I don't go to church anymore, so I don't flex my vocals as much as I used to.
oh,
Yeah, I was in like 7 or 8 choirs at like one time, like from between like 2000 and maybe like 2012. I was in everybody's choir in St. Louis.
Were you a tenor, alto?
Tenor, sometimes alto, definitely the choir director.
Oh,
I was one of those guys. Yeah.
anytime that we think of choir director, we think the one with the hips and the tambourine director.
I didn't have the tambourine, but I did have the hips.
I
I did
cannot.
have the hips.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, God. As y'all can see, Miss Thing came up in full geesh tonight.
Not
So,
the nails, though. I don't do that. It's too much right now,
well,
but yeah.
you know what? That's always the most questionable. It's like, do I really need nails? Do I really?
Listen.
So, how long have you been in the art form of drag or female impersonation?
Professionally, 6 years professionally, but I've been doing this for like 15. I tell everybody my introduction to drag was Tyler Perry. And he was funny, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm funny too. I could just throw on a wig. And before, you know how the dudes now throw on a wig and they make fun of women, and it kind of got played out. So I cut that short. Real dramatic, long story short, if we can get to it, but real dramatic, long story short, like I kept saying, girl, I'm not about to, like, drag is too much. I'm not doing all that makeup, lashes, girl, that's too much. And then 2015, that's when I got on somebody's stage in Atlanta, Burkhart's. I went to Burkhart's and it was an open mic night. or open drag night, and I've been doing it literally like every other week since.
Wow, it's like as soon as you got a taste of it, it was like
It was over.
this is it. This is what I want. And it's so crazy, for me because I don't remember what year it was, but I ran across your old YouTube channel years ago. And I don't know if you used to always do this for each of your videos, but one in particular was just in black and white when you were just making jokes about stuff. And I think I didn't see you for a long time, and then we had met our mutual friend, Sir Ava, out in LA.
Yeah.
And she talked about you, and I was like, wait a minute, she does drag since when? And I don't know if you remember this number. I think it was like the theme was like crazy, and you had put like the Gnarls Barkley song. I think
Crazy in Love and
yeah.
Charles Barkley, and then a whole bunch of like little talking clips on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that was the first time I said, oh, so she's a performer. Yes. It was a whole full circle moment, and then like when she showed up on Chasing LA, I was like, no fucking way.
She keep on moving. She keep on popping up. What is she doing?
But it's super cool. That's what I do. I had already been, drawn to your character and your personality from way back in the day. Before all the rest of you hoes tried to catch up.
It still kills me that people remember their YouTube channel.
I don't even know where it came from. Like all the black queer stuff, we just used to find each other in
That's tea.
stuff. So it's just no surprise that the YouTube algorithm brought us together. So in drag, like who would you say are your influences, and what's your favorite number to perform?
I got quite a few influences. It started with Monique, the comedian. I told you Tyler Perry, early Tyler Perry, not like movie Tyler Perry. I love Bob the Drag Queen. He's actually what got me back into drag and made me feel like I can express myself a certain way. Because for a long time, I thought drag was just like pageantry and all that stuff. And at the time, I wasn't into that. I was just very funny. So Bob the Drag Queen, Trinity K. Bonet, BB Zahara Bonet, Dina Cass, a whole bunch of pageant queens. I'm into pageants now. Like I have like they kind of changed throughout the years. Like as my drag grows, like my inspiration starts to change a little bit. So right now I'm trying to like be flawless from head to toe. So I'm like all the way into pageantry.
Oh, okay. Have you already done a pageant before? Have you ever done a pageant before?
I've done contests before, but not any pageants. I'm trying to sign up for the next Miss California newcomer. I don't think that's coming to next year though. Oh, but that's my next like big thing that I want to do.
What's your favorite number to do?
I have a number to single ladies that I do all like literally everywhere. Mixed with don't be a bitch. It's this monologue about not being a don't be a common bitch. I don't know if you know Alexis Taylor is her name. If you go to her, just look up the vagina. Google vagina power with Alexis Taylor.
Remember her. She was a loud bitch. She always screamed. Vagina
yes. So it's a mix with single ladies and all of that, yeah.
How do you see? This is the thing because Scotty is not into the drag scene. So
excuse me.
We might as well be speaking Mandarin to him. It's not that he doesn't like it. He just has the exposure is very little.
Understood. Wait a minute. Ain't you in Atlanta, Scotty?
Mm-mm.
Where you at?
Mississippi.
Oh, y'all got silky nutmeg down there. I understand.
You don't even know who that is.
No, I
know. She a mess. But I'm
and like, Silky gonna get me too because I know her, so she gonna get me to that.
But I be seeing people, y'all be coming up with the most creative shit. These monologues from pieces that I've never even heard of, and intermixing them with these songs. It'd be hilarious. Like,
yeah. I got that from Bob the Drag Queen. Like he was my introduction to that. Like his early mixes, everything that he was doing back in New York was all some type of monologue mixed with the music. So it was like a play almost to me, like theater on stage for 3 minutes. That's how I looked at it.
I mean, essentially it was like her and Miss Cracker used to do that, and it's always like entertaining. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm just waiting for you to walk in the workroom of Drag Race at this point.
That's what I keep hearing.
I'm just like, Whenever you ready, we ready.
We working on it. We gonna see what happens.
Okay, I'm just saying, just ready. Whenever you are, we gonna want the first scoop after you've done.
You listen. You got it. I told you we already here.
Oh, it's a shame that I missed you the whole time I was in LA.
Right.
It's fine, but go ahead, Scott.
How did you come across the Chasing Reality brand, and what made you want to join the Chasing Reality family?
I got on the show on accident. So like I was kind of like I was familiar with it on and off because I would see it here and there, like because it started in like 2017. That's around the time I left Atlanta and moved here. So I would see it on YouTube on and off, but I never was invested in it until like COVID. And COVID, that's when I saw Dallas. So I watched the whole second season of Dallas and got to the reunion, and I was like into it. I was like, this is the type of mess I live for. I need to be a part of this. So it was a random thought. And I was like, I wonder if they ever gonna come to LA. And I just happened to look on the channel and they had just closed auditions for LA. So I was like, damn. So I decided to go ahead and follow all the producers. I followed Ondario Q and Blake. And Blake, who was producing at the time, happened to reach out to me. It was like, girl, why didn't you like send in a tape? And I was like, oh, girl, it's fine. I'll wait for season 2. Whatever. She was like, no, send the tape as soon as you can if you really want to do it. So I was like, oh, okay. I woke up the next morning, made me a whole tape, and I think I was casted like the next week.
Oh, wow.
I think I was like the last one casted.
Oh, wow.
So it was like literally all, it's like circumstance. Like had I never watched Dallas, I wouldn't be on it.
Well, look at God, okay?
Right.
It's funny how you were the last one casted, and you are pretty much I'm gonna say it. You're pretty much the fan favorite of the show. You are the one that everybody likes.
That gags me too, because by the time we got done with the pole dancing scene, when we were done with that scene, these earrings are getting on my nerves. When we got done with the pole dancing scene, I said these people are not gonna be checking to me because I'm not doing all of this. I said this is too much, and these people are gonna be over me before the show's over with. They're gonna want me off the show.
Babe, look, you are me, and we are each other. Because I'm like, we would entertain the idea, and we had been, approached to do similar shows, or actually the same show. But it's just like I feel better on this side because over there, it's a lot going on over there.
That what's weird about being part of the show, it's a lot on both sides. Like I didn't get any, and I was not in any beef until the season was over with, and everything started playing back. And I don't want to say beef like we were going head to head, but like all the beef that you see on the show and off the show is coming from as far as the LA cast is concerned. From my perspective, it's a bunch of misunderstandings. So like I would say something in my confessional or something, and one of the cast members would be like, okay, so Hershii, I heard you said this, so what's the problem? Or why would you post that, Hershii? Or why did you say this about me? And I'd be like, oh girl, you was there. This was 6 months ago. Like, girl, we was cool last week. What's the problem?
I mean, in confessionals, they try to tell you to act and speak as if you were in.
It just happened, yeah.
Months ago. Yes, we were cool yesterday, but months ago.
That moment, that's how I felt, girl.
It'd be like people don't understand that. I'm like, girl, anyway.
I think as the episodes play out, like everybody's getting used to it, but those first 3 episodes were just as hard on us as it was on people watching.
Ooh, baby. We gonna talk about that too, cause
oh shit.
Okay, so basically, was this your first rodeo at reality TV? Is this your first rodeo?
Reality TV, yes.
Okay.
Like I've filmed stuff out here before. And then I've been on camera before, so I wasn't new to that. But as far as reality and how to act on camera and not act, but how to present yourself on camera, I should say. Meeting a new group of people and not knowing any of them, and then getting into all of that was brand new.
Baby.
I'm pretty sure it was. See, that's why I don't think I would be good for a show like that, because I'm already not good at meeting people anyway. He always have to help me with these still trying to help me with that.
Are you a little bit of standoffish when you first meet people? Like you kind of fall back?
Yes,
Same.
very.
We wouldn't guess.
That's why everybody. No, that's why you saw me like doing nothing but drinking and giving side eyes the first night because I was like, girl, I don't know any of y'all. Everybody doing too much. Like, what's going on?
See, like you, me, and I feel like Alicia is the same way. Like we observe,
She is.
look around, and be like, okay, so where do I know myself? How do I fit into this social situation? Like, where
Exactly.
what kind of input can I give? I'm not just going to spew randomness just to say something.
Just to be talking, yeah.
See, look, we are each other.
I'm not gonna be talking just to be talking. What are y'all giving? Right. When the night was over with, I was the first. Everybody kind of lingered. I was the first to say, "Okay, production, girl."
I'm out.
Okay. So what was it like watching yourself back on the screen?
Nothing I'm not used to, honestly. The only thing I was scared of was how people were gonna perceive me like falling back. Because I wasn't trying to get in the midst of that because it was all like petty to me, so I wasn't trying to get in that. And then also I knew I had my perception of how people felt about drag. I just thought people were gonna feel some type of way about, that ain't no real job. He just getting makeup, blah, blah, blah. So I was also scared about how people were gonna perceive like what I was chasing out here as well. So it was a pleasant surprise when everybody was like, "Well, I'm down with her. I'm cool with Hershii," and I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, they ain't put the camera up on me but 4 or 5 times in this hour, but sure, thank you."
I felt like it was just refreshing because, when we're looking at everybody else was just rah, jumping up and down and doing the most. And we're just like,
girl, yes.
Now look.
And on top of that, me and Alicia worked at that damn club. So those queens, I don't know about Alicia, but I know the queens that came out and performed for us knew me. So like when I went to the bathroom, they like, "Girl, what you a part of, girl? What you doing?" I'm looking at them like, "Honey, I do not know."
And I really do like that Hamburger Mary's. Like I think between that one and I think the only other one I've been to in California is the West Hollywood one. Y'all have like an actual stage.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure you've been to West Hollywood. It's like
a box room, a shoe store.
Call that. But so I was like, oh, I actually know that exact same spot. I was, I miss California slightly, low key, just a little bit.
See, I feel the same way about Atlanta. I miss Atlanta.
Well, see, look, you come over here, I come over there. Look,
California not ghetto enough.
Well, if you look hard enough.
No, it's not ghetto like it's Atlanta ghetto and California ghetto is 2 different ghetto.
Baby, just
it's 2 different type of urbans.
Walk into Scotty. If you ever been to Cumberland Mall, when I tell you niggas
on deck like an ace of spades.
It's the good ratchet. It's the Cumberland Mall is like the guys that are ratchet but got money.
I miss that.
So from that night, and even from us watching and thus as an audience, and even from the chaos that occurred hours ago, we learned that whole scene at Hamburger Mary's looked just as chaotic as it actually was. Like it wasn't edited necessarily to be as chaotic. They really just put y'all together. Nobody met anyone, and they just sat down, and that's what we got. So, like, what was your sort of perspective, like, being amongst that whole moment? Like, what was going through your mind?
Girl, what the hell is this? What is this, girl? What are we doing? I think so. The filming didn't happen how Q planned out. We were supposed to have, like, you saw the show, how you saw where Fran, I think it was Andre and Alicia do their like walk up, where they walked up on the beat. We all were supposed to have that little moment, but for what I know, Q wasn't prepared for the time difference out here, like when the sun sets like at like 4 or 5. So we had to just cut that for them that day and like go straight to Hamburger Mary's. And they literally like had us all sit down and then it's like, okay, speak. And then it just literally took off from there. Not necessarily speak, like we came in piece by piece. Like it was two, I came in by myself. I know King came in by himself. I think Andre and Fran came together, but that's as far as I know about who arrived. But it was like, sit down, how you doing? And it like literally took off from there. And just as fast as the beat started is how fast it started when we were sitting there together. Like it took off. Like everybody thought I see a lot of comments saying that the beef is fake, like they're making up trying to get camera time. And while I feel like some people did turn their personalities up a bit, I don't feel like people were getting beef for the camera time. I feel like some of them really were not feeling each other, and it just.
And I was doing my reviews, and Hershii had commented, like it really did look like it went from 0 to 100, but there was pieces of it that were taken out,
a lot
that were necessary for context purposes.
Absolutely.
Because I'm just like, well, wait, what? And
honestly, I say that to everybody that talks about the show. Like, if they had added where all the beef started, it would have made it, because everybody's like, where's all this coming from? It literally everything that's happening on the show stemmed from that first table night. And just nobody really got past it. Or they got past it, but just really didn't want to get past it, or didn't hash it out, or didn't want to talk about it. And then the group scenes that you're seeing with us, they're all like 2 to 3 weeks apart. So we're leaving each other, not seeing each other for 2 to 3 weeks, and then you get back together in a group setting, and it's that beef from 2-3 weeks ago, which is turning into a month ago, which is turned into 2 months ago, and nobody's solving any problems. So nobody's like drawing the shit out. We just ain't really solving it when we meet, if that makes sense.
Honey, and it's just like that's what keeps things going, because then people start posting shit, and it just gets worse and worse. The poison just starts to spread.
Yeah,
girl, and I'm glad that you were able to, because us being fans, or at least somewhat a part of the drag community, when someone said do they even make money, I'm like, girl, if only you knew.
Child, that's why I told her it's money on the floor. That's a song. I said, no, I ain't never worried about walking away from a show and not making no coin.
Now,
look at me.
Oh, I mean, that's true, because I was like, I hope that he could have understood that. But I'm like, at the same time, I know the drag is expensive in itself, but so is LA. So
on top of that, yeah,
I'm like, all the girls that are out there performing, doing their thing, and able to keep a roof over their head and eat.
Yes. And I know plenty, like they really, like, we have to put our feet to the ground. And we're not just doing, like, especially when I don't consider, like, as far as the drag community is concerned here, I'm not even a top tier queen. Like, I'm mid tier if we're putting words on it. So I don't have a weekly spot at a club. So I have to go to Santa Barbara and Riverside and Victorville. And you know how far that shit is. So like 70, 80 miles, like, outside of the city. You got to go to Long Beach, Pomona. Like, we have to work around the city just to make our coin up.
Ooh. Did you ever...
So, like, I'm sorry. I was just saying, we just, we out here work, like, queens work. Like, it ain't just putting on makeup and looking cute. I mean, some girls do that and can get away with it, but a lot of us actually have to work and can't get away with just putting on makeup and looking cute and then walking on stage and taking $1.
Look, ask some of them. That's actually what the thing is. But Hershii put out a TikTok that said, what's like a common misconception that people get, or I forget what the question was, but it was like, all you have to do is just come out and support us, and we'll give you a spot on the show. It's just like,
no. Something else I got in trouble with. That's something I got in trouble with out here, because I got out here and got on my activist shit and was speaking too much, and I got chopped from a couple of clubs or there's a lot of people that don't book me because I'm looked at as I'm too much or problematic, or I talk too much or cause too many problems. Because I got on my second year working out here, and people were still asking me to come to their club. They wanted me there, but I was asked to perform for free. but you're finding out behind the scenes that that the club is giving them $300 to book whoever they want to book at the club. But you talking to the other queens that you're working with, and they all working for tips. So who's getting this $300? I got some questions.
Now,
stop playing with me.
That's when all the shadiness of the business comes in, because then
absolutely,
like, you have to pay your dues, you have to do a few tip spots, you got to do a few free shows, get your name out there. But it's kind of like, okay, so who decides when I've worked hard enough and for free long enough to where I can be paid for my time, my services? Do I have to win a title?
Exactly.
Do I have to be on Drag Race?
And my thing is, if you don't have the budget that you want to have, or you can't afford to pay me, tell me that. Like I could work it's a whole bunch of queens that are trying to start shows, and they'll come to me and be real with me because I already laid the precedent for me. So they'll be like, look, Hershii, I just really want you at the show. I'm trying to get the show off the ground. I don't have the money that I want right now. It will be a tip spot, but I really like that I could work with. Or if it's lower than what you think I'm supposed to be paid, like if you like my usual booking fee is like $75 to $100 depending on the venue. Some girls be like, Hershii, all I got is $50, all I got is $25, all I got is $50. You know, can you come? Sure, girl. I mean, if you honest, you know, I know how I look out here. I'm not oblivious to how this stuff works. So like, if you being honest with me, sure. But if I know for a fact all your bills are getting paid and you coming up with new wigs every week, and you ain't performing like that. Like I seen my tips versus another girl who hosts out here tips. Like I've seen the money I pick up and I've seen the money that she picks up. So we live in the same club. You ain't got no job. You got a new wig every week. Where is that money coming from? I got a couple of questions. So, we need to figure that. Where is that money coming from, girl?
I mean, do you have a sugar daddy? Because if so, does he have a brother?
Listen, and they gotta be careful who they tell stuff to too, because they TV coming out here on. That's how we find out about them. They stuff just pour out all over the streets. Did we lose Jamar?
Am I back?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Ooh. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, now my thing done went silent. Hold on. I need to go out and I'm going to come right back.
Okay. Somebody must have called him. That must have happened. I be telling him to put that phone
On mute.
Yeah, on mute or do not disturb, because that's what I do. Because the next question that's supposed to be asked is, oh, they're here. Because he's supposed to be asking the next question.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, my mama's had to FaceTime each other. I'll be like, I tell her Wednesdays are the days that I'm working, girl. But anyway, so I wanted to harp a little bit about the combination of what we just saw on Instagram a few hours ago.
Okay.
And just like the public perception of the show and people's commentary about it. So what do you think about people's comments about how Chasing LA is kind of it's not really the same as to the caliber of the other series, or the producers now from what we've seen are messy, they're fighting each other. What's been your perspective? What's your comments?
It's bullshit. We ain't Chasing LA, frankly, is not doing anything different than any of these other franchises are doing across the board, not just on Chasing Reality, but any other franchises. I think everybody heard LA, and they, especially if you're not from here or have not lived here, and they had a different perception of what LA was and thought that's what they were going to get. And LA is not beautiful. It is not classy. It is very ghetto and very ratchet out here. The only they show y'all is Beverly Hills and Hollywood. And Hollywood is dirty. Santa Monica is dirty. The Pier is dirty. It's all urban out here. This is ghetto. Ain't nothing special about Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, and I've been there for 2 years. For I too had the glamorized Hollywood version of
the picture of it
looks like, and then I moved there.
They don't talk about how you driving down the street and you have to break for the crackhead to walk. No shade to, I don't want to say crackheads, but that's the only word I can think of right now. You have to break for them to cross the street. They don't talk about the homeless population. They don't talk about the high rent. They don't talk about the 6 or 7, 8 jobs that you got to work to pay your rent. They don't talk about how high the gas. Like everything is high out here. Our gas is $5 a gallon.
It might as well be. It might as well be. And then
$4.89. Scotty, 4.80 goddamn 9.
regular.
Regular.
Not premium, bitch. Regular.
And I'm up here complaining about 230.
Baby, police.
Listen,
My car, I drive a Dodge Challenger. It is $71.48 to fill that car up.
and you know what? California is very inclined, hills up and down.
Yes.
So that means that there's less flat area for people to actually live on. So people in LA are on top of each other.
Literally.
And it's a high populated city. There's no, like, how a lot of other major cities have service roads. Like, all the highways, if you don't use the highway, you're not getting anywhere.
At all.
There's no workaround. I mean, you can use the streets, but girl, and
Only time it ain't no traffic is at 3 a.m.
truly. Because if you can think about, I used to have a job where I had to drive from Hollywood to Santa Monica.
Have mercy.
Front and back. And I would leave out of Santa Monica at the garage at like 6:15 and get home at like 8:30. Every 5 times a week.
Baby, California's not cute.
I'm telling y'all. And I had
about my
conversation
20-minute drive from home to work every day.
Listen.
It takes 20 minutes to get to the grocery store.
Well, now, I could walk to Pavilions. And, you know, I had some grocery stores at walking distance, but... Oh, speaking of grocery stores, y'all know them bags that y'all take such advantage of? They ain't free.
10 cents every shopping bag. You got to pay 10 cents for shopping bags out here. Every bag. California is ghetto. Get whatever they put in y'all head about California, it's not it.
Listen.
For the common bitches out here, we are living a hard life. No Jay-Z.
That's why people out there are so irritated and angry all the time. I'm telling y'all, if y'all, I don't want to say like put a negative connotation on California because I had a wonderful time while I want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said you did say you. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't say you.
It is a wonderful place.
So now I got a question. Though about these grocery bags, because half the time I ain't even got to buy no trash bags. You use some grocery bags, trash bags. So it's like, so you mean to tell me when you pay the 10 cents, that like is it added to your grocery bill or something like that?
Yes.
Here's what you do. When you first get there, right? This is what my uncle said. When you first get there, you buy all your groceries, you get your bags. Don't dispose of those bags. Keep those bags in your trunk. Okay?
Yes.
If you have a car, keep all the bags in your trunk. And so whenever you leave out the store, you have all your stuff is exposed in the car. And when you get to your car, you bag all your groceries yourself in your reused bags that you use from Pavilions, Food for Less.
Because they're very thick. Now they are thick bags. They give you some good bags for your 10 cents.
They're not thin, but it's still just you have to walk around with a whole bunch of bags and pre-bag your own shit. It's just a new girl. But again, there's great things about California. I was living off.
What are they?
Melrose and Cahuenga, so like I could walk out and see the Hollywood sign to my left. So it was a wonderful experience. Like 2 blocks away from Paramount Pictures. All that stuff is great. But
all that stuff you just named the Hollywood sign.
But when I tell people this, what my rent was, I had 2 roommates, and our combined rent was almost $4,000.
Me and my boyfriend have a 1-bedroom. Ours is 17.
Yep, that was I was 17. Melrose in the 101.
Which is really good because we stay right outside of downtown.
Really?
Like we're right on the other side of the highway. 17.
Which highway?
Don't get me the name out. The north side, going towards Pasadena.
Okay. I used to work in Pasadena. That wasn't that bad. That drive wasn't that bad. But again, We done went to a whole California
Oh, I'm
list.
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Living. Well, I told you. I just want. I just see.
I was actually fascinated by that conversation because I'm just listening to the things that y'all deal with, and I'm sitting up here complaining about dumb shit. Like, I'm sitting up here complaining because I'm pumping gas in my Honda Accord. I'm like, gas is so fucking high. Why is gas $2? Why is so fucking high?
Baby, it can always be worse.
Girl.
But no, I really want to get like before this season is over with. I want to get that into people's head. It is not what LA, whatever LA used to be. I'm sure it's not that no more, and it's never been glamorous. It's nothing glamorous about being here.
I just and even listening to Jamar telling me before about how much his rent was, and I'd be like, but I only paid. Never mind. I'd be like, child.
That you know what you paid for. Now, mind you, our apartment was relatively nice. Like our apartment was built in 2017, so it was relatively nice considering. And then you're paying for really the area and the access that you have because that was central to like West Hollywood,
Yeah.
Paramount, the Capitol Records building,
Oh, you had
Sunset
a good one
Boulevard,
spot.
like all of these classic places that are notorious, like you have easy access to. And the thing is, once you have that kind of easy access to, people are like, when you tell people about it, they're like, oh my God, like I feel like you're living this glamorous life. Like I feel like you just living like, no. Sunset Avenue is full of bums. It's dirty. There's trash everywhere. It's just they don't tell you about all that shit. But that's why I was like with Jayla at the scene that y'all had this past episode. I'm like, yes, tell them
the truth. Yes,
tell them the truth. A box apartment is almost $1,600 for what?
Please explain to me.
For an apartment?
For apartment.
I could rant and rave.
The studios are $900 to $1,600 a month.
And the only door you have is your front door and the bathroom.
And it's only $850 for a 4 bed.
Not up in here. Not here.
we talked about this with Jeremy, and because we like LA is a city that if you are, it is not for the weak.
At all.
LA will chew you up and spit you out if you are not prepared for her.
And call you broke.
Call you broke, and the landlords don't give a damn. Being in LA during the pandemic, the landlords didn't give a fuck. Okay.
I had to cuss mine out multiple times. I said, "What?" I told that man, "Well, where you want the money? Where you want the money to come from?"
They did not give a damn.
With your education, since you know every fucking thing. With your education.
Because are you familiar? Do you know who Assad Yaqub and Alexander Lapsos? Do those names sound familiar? They're like the director producer duo that does like a lot of the Drag Race Girls productions out in LA.
Okay.
And Alex was my roommate, and we all lived in the same building. And they're like entrepreneurs, so when that happened, none of the girls had
they were working
videos, so money stopped coming in, and like a lot of people in our building were entrepreneurs as well. So it's like, what are we supposed to do?
Exactly. And the landlords had the nerve to say, well, how am I supposed to make my money?
We're all asking the same question, bitch.
Okay. Girl, what?
And Scotty, did y'all have like the tissue shortage and stuff like we did?
Yeah, we did.
Because I had to get into a fight with a white woman at the 99-cent store back in last March over toilet paper.
Yeah, it was shortage on paper. You couldn't find Lysol anywhere. You couldn't find Clorox anywhere. You couldn't find none of it anywhere.
We had a wig shortage.
A wig shortage for what? Where they gonna use them at?
Who had the wig? Who had the wigs? Who had the wigs? I don't know. These are two. That's and I'm still suffering. These are two wigs right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This is a strip wig on top of. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on, it's stuck.
Oh.
You gotta make it. You gotta make it look good. This is what LA do to you. It makes you make it look good. You just toss it back.
She said she's giving me a little bit of Anita Baker and gives me pink a little bit.
Oh my god.
You
Okay.
gotta learn. You gotta learn the tricks to make it look good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Scotty, go ahead.
Did I throw you off?
I swear I'm done. I had to have
Okay, well,
I've been holding that in my spirit, like
next,
California, for so long.
okay, first of all, before we get into this question, we want to commend you for sharing your personal story with us in the last episode and the rest of the audience.
Absolutely.
Um, in regards to that, did you go back and forth with yourself on whether or not you wanted to share this on a large platform as Chasing Reality? Like, did you feel a bit of fear, a lot of responsibility, or whatever? Like, what made you want to share that with people like me and Jamar and everybody else?
I honestly did this. It was literally the second I found out, I kind of felt responsible. Um, I didn't know that it was going to be part of the storyline. I just felt responsible that it had to be told in some way. Because when I found out, it was right when we started filming. A little bit
Mhm.
before or after, I can't remember. It was around the first night we filmed. That's when I found out. So that's why I was always kind of like checked out when we went to the scenes, because my head was literally the first maybe 2 months after I found out, I was somewhere else. Like,
Mhm.
woo. Um, but I have a friend of mine who also has HIV, and I just remember how he was dealing with it, and he's kind of still in a space where he can't fully express how he's feeling or talk about it like he wants to. So it was more like I'm saying this for both of us, like I'm getting it out there for both of us
Mm-hmm.
type of deal. And then a lot of HIV, like HIV wins because of how ashamed people make us feel for it. Um, I've been part of numerous conversations where they use HIV as a punchline. We're told we're dirty, and don't get sick. I said it on the show. One of the first things somebody told me when I came out was don't get sick. It was just a lot of emotions I was dealing with at one time, like for a couple of months. Even still now, like I'm trying to like process and work through it. But it felt like it had to be done. Like I had to say something.
And like you said, like because of the stigma just within our community, because
Yeah,
we are like as talented and beautiful as the Black queer community is, we
yeah,
are the most judgmental and sometimes just ugly people when it comes to even things like that. And I never
yeah.
understood why. I never understood why we like to,
They want to be, and this is partially why I have this thing with the LGBT community, and I'm a community that I'm a part of. I've never really had many great experiences with um, LGBT. They're very judgmental. They make you feel less than. They make you feel like you're beneath a lot of the times, and that's why I don't really deal with many LGBT. Like me and Jamar doing these interviews with people off these shows and stuff, and me connecting on YouTube with other content creators like Jamar, whom I've been best friends with for over almost a damn decade at this point, or people like Josiah, people like Terrence. It's hard for me because they are judgmental, and it's like they want to be you. They want to put this thing in the air about being unified, but they are the most least unified people as a community. They
to
are.
me to me for me personally, I think we have to look at what a lot of us, like a great deal of us, are a product of, and we're only a
Hmm.
product of our environment. A lot of us were told we are dirty, or that we're going to pass disease, or that we shouldn't like ourselves, or that we're going to hell, or that something is wrong with us, or that we have a mental disease. All of that stuff pours into how we treat each other, because a lot of us growing up, that's all we knew, so that's all we give to each other.
Hmm.
And I think we're doing better now, but we're put in spaces where we have to teach each other how to love each other. Like we're still learning, especially when you're first coming out, especially if you were young, you're trying to learn how to love yourself. So how are you gonna give love to all these people and you ain't even figured that out for yourself yet? Especially if you're coming from an environment who hasn't taught you that or don't love you for you in the first place.
And
Um,
And another thing in regards to this conversation, I think that's why I'm very disconnected from a lot of things that's, I hate to say that, a lot of things that's gay, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why I'm very disconnected from things. Like, being friends with Jamar opened up my eyes to certain things that I was very ignorant to, like the drag stuff. I never understood it growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood it as an adult. And even when he was doing, I'm like, Jamar, why you like to put makeup on and shit? Like,
Baby, let me tell you, Hershii, I don't think you've ever seen me painted.
I have not. I didn't know you did drag.
it's
Baby,
like
I
I'm like,
did woman.
I used to be, I used to be like, why do you do that? But then it's like him being around me and me being best friends with him, he kind of opened my eyes to certain things. Or I have a
Yeah.
cousin who I no longer fuck with, who is now a trans woman. That was something else that opened up my eyes to
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. So it's like, like most gay guys are into like the RuPaul's Drag Race, or they're into Flame Monroe and things of that nature. It's shit like that where I don't understand it, don't know these people, don't know nothing about it. And I
Yeah.
have
Pose,
a like
legendary.
like I have him to
Yeah.
inform me of certain things or to school me on certain things, but I think that's why I'm very like I've never seen an episode of Noah's Ark. I've never seen an episode of Pose. Never seen none of that. I'm just that disconnected.
Noah's Ark is a rite of passage. You have to go
Okay.
back. You have to go
Now,
back.
see, for
We
me,
have to take you back to Noah's Ark.
we do have to take you back to Noah's Ark. Now, for me, I know my gay card is in jeopardy because I haven't watched Pose. But the reason I haven't watched Pose is because I started to watch it and it got triggered and could not continue because I wasn't ready to have that conversation.
Yeah. Season 1 I enjoyed. Season 2 I kind of fell off. I was meh about season 2, but season 1 I think they really did the work. Season 2 was meh for me.
It is the LGBT story
Yeah.
for a large. Woo! I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this another time.
Another
I
time.
am mentally able. And you're on your phone right now, aren't you, Hershii?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna just tag you in some stuff that you can't see just yet.
Okay.
Because girl, there's one part I just felt pussy. You couldn't tell me I didn't have a labia. I'm just gonna tag you.
That's okay, Scotty. We gonna get you into some drag before I get finished.
Look, I've tried. I've tried.
He wants to paint my face and stuff like
You
this and
got good
really people
features. You would look really good.
Look, don't he got
You would look
cheekbones?
so good. He got cheekbones and his nose contour would be everything. Oh my
oh,
god.
oh my god.
Look, I
Yes.
told you, just let me get to you. What good time?
Like all of this up in here is it. All of that.
I'd be
And you
scared
got
to
a
share
good.
I'd be scared to share a hotel room with Jamar sometimes. I feel like he gonna try to paint me while I'm asleep. Like I feel like he gonna try to put makeup on my face.
Now, see, I can't do all of that because then I'd be like, move over.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot of moving. Yeah. No, but you already got you already got the stuff to work with. You're wasting a face. This is gonna happen.
I hear that a lot. Like
This is gonna happen.
it was the guy I dated. He said, "You got the cheekbones for the makeup." This other stuff. I'm like, oh my god, if you don't stop, but whatever.
And you carry yourself very regally, like you would do perfect in pageants because you're very.
Oh no,
No.
She's not that girl. She's not that girl.
No.
She's the Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige, K. Michelle,
Wow.
girl type of girl.
You just had to tear me down. You just had to tear me down.
Look, bitch, I wouldn't even gonna let you go down like that. I'm like, that's not her. That ain't
Oh.
Had to tear me down.
I could not. Now listen, I would pay U.S. currency to see Scotty walk in a pageant, contestant number 1, and he walk in his huge ass wig, high to heaven, a bedazzled gown from head to toe. And
I literally can see it. I really can see it.
I would pay U.S. currency. I would subscribe today.
I really can see it.
Oh,
Listen,
Jesus, I cannot. I
me and
cannot.
Hershii, we gonna get you together. Look, if we don't get you, our good sis Freddie, aka Sir Ava, gonna get you because Ava helped me out with my TDs. She helped me out with my shape,
Yes. Ava's really pretty too.
but and
Oh
she helped
my.
me out with my lashes. We wear the same lashes.
She love a good lash, and she does a gorgeous natural beat. Like she don't like where it's not too much, just a natural gal fish. I feel like that'd be perfect for Scotty. I can see it. Yes.
Look, there's only so many. There's only so much time you can run away from this, Scotty. You might as well just
It's
visit
happening.
time.
I feel it in the spirit. It's coming. I feel it.
I have the
Well, on
pantyhose.
to the next question. On to the
I
next
have the
question.
It's
bra.
coming over in this. I feel it in this section right here.
Next question. Um, even though you were pretty much a fan favorite before this episode, where you
Mhm.
revealed what you feel, we would both say that this episode cemented it, cemented the entire thing. And I think, pretty much, I think we already asked you this, pretty much how you thought you would be perceived after you told what you told. I think we pretty much answered it in the last question, right?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, just
Okay.
it was a good reception. Everybody's been very nice to me. I've heard a lot of stories of people in the similar situations. Another thing we don't speak about in our community a lot is rape, and I was glad I got to like put that out there and discuss that. I've been told a whole bunch of stories, and it, for lack of better words, it's like a little community happened of people in my little inbox of people talking about like their experiences and feeling better about having them now because I expressed that and that feels really good.
And I don't want people to minimalize sort of all of what Hershey had just shared because that kind of diagnosis within of itself is
Yeah.
mentally it takes strong mental fortitude to like make it through that like that in of itself,
Yeah.
and then to add the additional trauma of the RAPE
Yeah.
on top of that, in conjunction to that, it is like bravo,
Yeah. Thank you.
honestly and truly. Because and then it's great that you have your partner, who is with you the entire time. Because people who are alone,
Yeah.
and that was during the pandemic and all of that stuff, like that can end a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I know you've gotten a lot of messages, but I'm just telling you, like,
Thank you.
kudos, congratulations, whatever the words is that I can't think of, because it is that is not easy, and I don't think that people realize how not easy that is, and to share it on a public platform. So
Thank
I'm just
you.
giving you your flowers.
Thank you.
I'm giving you your flowers. I'm
You
just like,
definitely deserve
woo,
those.
baby,
Definitely.
hallelujah.
Um, as we know, being that you're on this show and the show ain't over yet, we know you
Ciao.
can't give too much detail on the things we ain't seen yet. But what can you tell us about your experience with this love and hate mixer? What can you tell us without giving too much?
I was under the chair. I was under the chair when it went up. Or so I ended up. No, mind you, this is me trying to remember some months back. So let me say I remember being under the chair. I remember looking up at the chair and saying wait, please. If you go back to the promo when they did like the extended promo,
Mhm.
and they were playing that argument when the camera flew over to Hollywood Hall. They were playing the argument from that night. If you listen closely, you can hear me going, wait, 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 wait.
I was just like, no. Now somebody, we have like a group chat, amongst the who of us who are friends. Did y'all
Yeah,
ever actually like eat anything at this
I
house?
did. Watch that. I don't know how much they're gonna show up and when they bring it back next week. But if you watch long enough, because they did kind of chop up that night too. That night up until what they showed was actually like an hour or two long,
Mm-hmm.
maybe an hour and a half. Um, if you keep on watching, they keep catching me in the back. I went and got my food and desserts and my beverage.
Oh, okay, because we was all in that group message like these bitches ain't even eating shit. Like what
Drinking
the
though.
We sat
they
for a second, and I said, when they got to doing what they was doing, I said, "Well, okay, girl, I'm gonna be at the back because the camera, like, they didn't even have no camera set up on me. So that means that means I'm good. They're not even checking me right now. Go find where are the meals."
Look, I'm telling you, I've said this multiple times in the interview. We are each other. I'm damned if I'm to be sitting here drinking and doing all this stuff, and I haven't eaten yet.
yeah, you are definitely Jamar. I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
Girl.
For me, it was like because while they are arguing, what I was hearing was nobody really wanted to. What I was hearing before, because I know y'all watching. So what I was hearing, Hershii personally, what I was hearing was nobody really wanted to trickle past the stuff that was aggravating them. Everybody wanted to look for a moment to be upset at something when it could have just been, okay, girl, this is where I was when you said this and this is how I felt. Okay, well, this is where I was. My bad. Wash your hands up. Be done. Everybody wanted to yell at each other, and I was over it. This is the what? Fourth meeting at this point. What are we mad at? It was February. We started this in November, like end of November, started December. Why are y'all mad this long? No, where the chicken at?
Oh, hello. Oh,
Exactly.
like, so as far as we knew as the audience, there were comments about Coke we didn't see. There were
I remember when that popped off.
comments about, I guess, Alicia drinking and being drunk, which is like,
She doesn't like being called drunk. I don't know what that is either, but I mean, I would say she was at least tipsy.
and it's like, who was it?
Who said that she was drunk?
Well, I mean, like, who wasn't drunk at that meeting at
Me.
the
Yeah.
well,
No, I'm lying. I was very tipsy. I had to get through that.
now, I forget who it. I think it was Alicia. I think Alicia was our first interview, and either her or someone else had talked about when y'all had took a break during the Hamburger Mary's taping that
Yes.
y'all went to the bathroom and somebody was asking like, "Oh, do I feel like I'm doing enough, or am I giving what I need to be given on the show, or something like that?" Did you hear any of those conversations?
No, because when I went to the bathroom, I went alone. The first break, everybody got up and left the table kind of together. I stayed in my seat. Because again, my energy was very much. I don't know any of y'all. Everybody, I was confused. So like, I didn't join anybody in the restroom. No.
Because I'm like, the fact that conversation had to happen is suspicious. I'm just like, so that you're being performative right now, or you feel like you have to be performative right now. Okay, girl, but so what advice would you give to somebody who is maybe stepping into this platform, maybe somebody that's on Chasing LA season 2, Chasing Atlanta season 5, or just any reality platform period? What advice would you give to that person?
To me, at the point where we're at in the show now, trying to be the personality is only going to backfire. Like literally just go in and be yourself, like be who you are. If people are checking for you, they're going to check for you. Be real with yourself. Do you have a personality to be on reality television? Like, do people want to watch you? Because some people only think because they have like friends that tell them they're funny or some shit that they're good for TV, and a lot of people are not. There are a lot of people on these shows across the board that just should not be. Like, you're not interesting.
Say their names.
Huh? Oh no, you're not about to get me in on that. No, I've watched like a couple of these shows across the board, and you can tell, even on the cast, I can tell maybe like there's one person, and it's no shade because I got no beef with this person, but I feel like they joined for the sake of joining. I don't feel like they wanted to contribute anything on the show. I feel like they just kind of wanted to be on the show. And before y'all ask, y'all, I'm never going to say who this person is. If we get to the reunion, I'm never going to say who this person is because I'm not beefing with them. That's just how I feel. And it's going to start beef, and I don't want to start no beef, but that's just how I feel.
I really want to guess because I feel like it's.
I'm going to keep it to myself because I feel like I know who it is.
I feel like, and the thing is, I have no way to communicate with Hershii right now that he can see. as he's on the live?
It's one person I feel, yeah, the one person that I feel like joined just for the sake of joining, and they just happen to get past auditions.
What
And
is
it's
he
another
doing?
person that I think turned their personality up on purpose just to be seen. And I'll leave it there.
See, okay, so now when this is over,
And if
don't
I'm correct, that person is going to be gone next season.
Okay, so when this is over, when we come backstage, I need you to stay so we can confirm this tea.
I'm gonna make them
Right.
so mad when they watch this.
Nobody, look, they won't
They're
know
about to
shit.
inbox me and be like, "Who?"
They won't
They
know
not gonna
shit.
know because I ain't
I just
saying
need to
shit.
know if I'm right. I just need to know if I'm right.
Bet.
Because I feel like,
I feel like I know who it is.
And it's no shade to the person because they're actually very sweet. They've been very sweet to me, but I just don't feel like they really reality TV is not going to be their thing.
Mhm.
well, you know
And
what?
it's what it is. I mean, it's not like a bad thing. Everybody ain't made to be a reality TV star. Like everybody just ain't that interesting.
I mean, that's true. And you know, me and Scotty, we feel we have like somewhat of an underdog mentality where we feel like we're good,
Yeah,
but you know, a lot of people overlook, you know, our platforms and what we do. And
I
some
understand that.
people have said, you know, we feel like, oh, you would be, you know, great for the show. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, cause we regular as fuck, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Like the most when I coming into this, the most I felt like I was like the most they're gonna get out of me is some really good confessionals, and I feel like I'm funny, so I feel like I can bring that to the show. That's me being honest. I'm not gonna be beefing. Like if nobody has came for me in a way where I felt like I had to argue on camera, but I knew I gave some good commentary and I knew I was funny. That's what I thought I was gonna offer. I mean, and that's what I feel like I'm
To be
offering to the
honest,
show.
I feel like if me and Jamar was on reality TV, I feel like, well, see, okay, let me. Jamar would probably give good commentary because he's not arguing in the backbite and shit like that.
Exactly.
Uh, Great confessionals, the looks on his face, all of that stuff would be good for confessionals. Me personally, I might give like if a person starts with me, I may be able to give you a argument too, but that's it.
My thing was, and nobody came for me like that. But my thing is, you got like 2 times before I start asking some questions. So the only person that came for me to the point where I was like, "Girl, what you trying to do?" is King. He had the one time when he said drag queens don't make no money, and then who he saw it for the least at the table. But we end up talking off camera after that, and that's when we got a better understanding of each other. So that's why we were cool for the rest of the season. Like I'm cool with him now. But had that been a thing that kept coming up, I would have like, okay, so what do you have to say, girl? Like you clearly have something you need to say. So what is it?
is there any questions that I can answer for you?
I can fill you in on everything. What do you need to know?
So, like you being, you know, on the platform and being the kind of person that you were, I feels like if I were to ever be a part of something like this gives me like, okay, maybe I could fit with an ensemble cast of some sort and not feel like I have to be performative in front of a camera. Because I said one thing I will say, I'm quiet usually, but the mug will tell you everything. The eyes will be the window to the soul. The shade will be there. And I'm just like, you know what? Maybe one day, if you know, God willing, if I'm mentally ready for it, because girl, again,
I will say that it's something you definitely have to like really be prepared to go into because it is, especially when they don't want to get past their beef, it gets draining.
And
Like
not
you
only that,
leave set every day, like girl, like
and
again.
not only that, think about like when the show come on and you in this premiering in the comment section, the chat is just brutal to everybody, and it's
Very. And let me, if I
like
can say something, because I know the little girl is watching. Give me 2 seconds. I'm so sorry, but there's a little girl that was in my in the comments of the show talking about one of my wigs. Let me explain something to you, child, because I've seen your outfits on your YouTube page. You're not allowed to come for me wearing Party City. That it was a Snow White Party City Cinderella, Snow White dress that didn't fit you. Some boots, and you were wearing a shake and go from hell, Party City as well with a tired bow, and you was doing pull over that ass too flat about like, what did you think you were doing? Don't talk about stuff. Don't compare. You don't compete. Don't talk about stuff that you ain't ready to have a conversation about, because there's a couple of things that I could pick up off of you. Like how you were wearing fabric in another video. You wrapped a piece of fabric around you and went on stage like that. Leave my drag alone. I know you're watching. That's the last time I'm gonna tell you. Next time I'm gonna set you out on TikTok. I think get your drag together first before you get embarrassed. I'm sorry, you were saying, Scotty? I got triggered for 2 seconds. Something hit my spirit.
Look, let him use you, bitch. This is the open platform. If the spirit comes up, we have to acknowledge her and let her be free.
Something hit my spirit. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm glad you had that. Is there anything else?
Those are the things that would have happened had I got that third question. You said, yeah. So I can compete. I choose not to. I can compete when shade is being thrown. I just choose not to.
So, are there any, upcoming projects? Is there anything currently that, the audience that are watching live or anybody that watches this playback can support you? Or do you have any upcoming shows that they can come out to where they can see you perform? Or how can we as an audience support you today?
Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Hershii Licquor, HERSHIILIQ. COUR. Not on Facebook though. That's too personal. I know y'all like that. If you're in California, Los Angeles, or you could get to WeHo, I'm going to be at Rocco's on the 22nd of May. If this comes out before then.
Oh yeah, this goes up right after we done.
Oh, okay, perfect. The 22nd of May, I'm gonna be at Rocco's. Go to my link tree and get a ticket. And that's about it. Oh, and my Cash App and Venmo is HERSHIIL. It's never too late to tip a drag queen.
Look, listen, hey man, I miss Rocco's. I need to go back to LA for just a weekend, get my life one last time, just to gather it.
That's how I feel about Atlanta.
Look, come on.
And let me also say this before. So one thing Imani did say on the show, and I hate that I'm saying this, but I just like keeping everybody interested in the show because I'm really enjoying the comments and everybody watching. So Imani said the only thing that Chase in LA is missing is a gun. I can't say that there's going to be a gun, but there might be a knife before the show's over with.
Mr. Ray said that on Twitter while y'all was speaking. Mr. Ray said that on Twitter.
There's no gun, but there might be a knife before the show is over with.
Who do I think would wield a knife?
It is not who you think it's going to be. It is, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, yes. But let's just throw some names out there.
On camera?
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. I don't want to give it away because if you call the right name, I'm gonna give it away in my face.
We have things to talk about when this is over. When this is over, because I don't want you to get incriminated. I don't want you to get in trouble for nothing. Because you know what, Scotty? Honestly, these interviews that we doing be kind of circulating. People be talking, and
they talking about people keep saying they not here for Chase in LA, but the viewers be saying y'all are very present. I want to say that.
I've been watching.
The views are saying present.
All the Hershey's TikToks.
Go find your daddy. Go. My face. Sorry.
I've been watching all the Hershey's TikToks. Be like, the gay community be like, Chase LA is downgrading everybody. It's a horrible reputation of the LGBT community. And then every Thursday, 8 p.m.
Y'all tune in. Stop acting like, I hate when people act like they above mess. We love mess. Critiques, sure. I can get the critiques. I understand exactly what everybody's saying when they complain about what they complain about on the show. But to lie and say that y'all are not here for the mess and the drama and the beef, and then tune in every week. And it's always the same people leaving comments. It's one dude that every week, I'm done with this show. I can't do it no more. You've been done for 5 weeks, sir. Let us go. Let us go.
No, they can't, because then they want to be in the know. They want to be nosy.
Exactly. Like we got our complaints about the show or whatever, but I'm gonna stand by the cast and I'm gonna stand by the production. Like for what we had to deal with during COVID, during the switch in production, doing everything that we were trying to get together, I think Q did the best he could with what he had. Could we do better? I mean, look at every first season of Chasing Reality. They weren't no shade. They weren't that great, and everybody says that. Give us our first season, girl.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Let us have our first season.
All the first seasons were a little rough. And it's just like, I guess because it was LA and people were like, oh, you know, Chasing Reality, the brand has been around for so long that whatever season they produce should be as good as any other season that they make. It's just like, girl.
And let me say this too. Listen, because one thing we keep hearing is that nobody is from LA. Number one, 2 people on cast are both from LA, and 3 people are from California on cast. And if your people that are in California are so good, tell them to audition. And if they did, they should have been better. Girl, I'm so sick of hearing that. What? Well, we ain't seeing nobody. This ain't growing up Los Angeles. It's Chasing Los Angeles. And for y'all that's trying to joke about it being chased in Compton, Compton is still part of LA County, so we're still chasing LA regardless. Boom.
Covers almost everything.
Exactly. We still in here. So whichever way you want to point, we good. Give us our first season. Season 2 is going to be just fine. It's the alcohol, y'all. I'm sorry. It's this beverage.
Look, she had things on her chest that she's been holding on to. And also, I also need to let you know, because I told this to Dominique whenever he wore something that I said I was going to steal, and I actually did steal it. It's in my closet right now.
Yes.
I'm stealing that rose look. It will belong to me. If it's missing, I stole it.
I want a couple of things out of Dominique's closet, actually. Him and Trey Howard, I want a couple of their closet out of. And let me say one more thing. Girl, so to everybody coming for our fashions, girl, if your closet is full of Zara, H&M, and Forever 21 clearance, I'm not trying to hear it, okay? Thank you. Our fashions are just fine.
Well, I ain't saying nothing, so.
No shade, because mine is too. But
I feel like that's
right.
People having the
say it one more time,
Jamar.
LA,
they expect.
Say it again, Jamar,
can you hear me now?
Yeah. You had frozen for a second.
Y'all can hear me now? Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
So, look, I try a little bit. I feel like that's again people's expectation of what LA is. They expected like the rich white woman, Beverly Hills type of thing. So it's just like, y'all realize this is a black, queer, YouTube show. This is not Bravo. This is not
grassroots.
This is regular LGBT people, the same people like us that just so happen to be living in this city that's really hard to stay in, and they're just putting a camera in front of them. That's essentially the only difference between the two of us.
Exactly.
So I don't know why y'all have this. That's those y'all that ain't never been out your state. They don't know nothing.
All of that. All of that.
So look, let Hershii and I tell you, I was gonna say Alabama. LA is not the glamorized, sparkly shit. There's great things about it. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful sometimes.
It's Alabama with palm trees. You said it. Alabama with palm trees and a beach. Alabama with palm trees and a beach.
Now, Santa Monica is sickening.
Is it?
See, I keep trying. I really am trying.
I'm giving Los Angeles nothing.
I'm trying so hard to give LA.
I'm giving LA nothing. Because I need y'all to know. I need y'all to know how real it is out here. I'm giving LA nothing.
But the thing is, I can't disagree. I can't say you're lying either. So I can't say that you're lying either. So I'm just gonna shut up. That's why I can't say that.
There's
Okay.
absolutely nothing you can say at this point. You just gotta let it go.
But I mean, I will say, because I don't want people to just have the worst thing. Like, there's good things about LA. You know,
But that's the point, though. That's all they think it is great things. But y'all letting them know what the real is, and the
Exactly.
real is ain't all. It's not what
It's a
they think
lot of
it is.
sunshine here. It's a lot of sunshine. That's great.
and you know, people visit and they only go to like the hot spots on the
Exactly.
hot nights. You know, when it's popping, and they think it's like that all the time. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's
But see,
not.
I don't want to go. But see, if I went to like, I'm the type of person that don't want to go to them type of places. See, I want to go to the hood. That's where I want to go.
You can just stay in
We
the
don't even
house.
have, and that's what I miss about being there. That's what I miss about St. Louis and any place in the South. Like we don't even have black gay clubs out here. Like every club is very
We
like
don't. And
like
that was, I miss that so much. Like, there's black nights, but it's like
yeah,
what, Sundays at what, Rage,
which is closed now.
and
I want to
the
be where the
upstairs
colors
of
are.
Mickey's. The upstairs of Mickey's was popping.
Mickey's. And
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm telling you,
Trunks.
just let it go, Jamar. You just gotta let that go, honey.
Trunks is, well, Trunks is mixed.
Trunks is a place that exists. Flaming Saddles was cute. It's not. No.
What's the one on the opposite side of
Oh my god.
ooh, I'm forgetting my damn clubs. The Abbey. What's the one across from the Abbey on Fridays?
Torn down. That built like that big building.
Yes.
They tore that whole building down. It's
But
not there anymore.
that was the big club that
Like it's kind of
all the way
grayish.
upstairs.
It was yeah. They tore that building down.
What?
That building ain't there no more.
When?
I don't know. It had to be sometime during COVID because I remember going to the Abbey and it was there, and then I went back like months later and it was not. Like the building is gone.
Well, shit. Well,
And for the most part, that was all the Latina and Mexican girl spot. There we didn't have, we didn't have that.
wow. Now, honestly, that on Fridays, the upstairs of Mickey's at all sometimes, and on Saturdays, and Rage on Sundays was like the most ethnic you could get in LA.
And that's not saying a lot.
So I'm glad that I wasn't missing something. I'm like, am I missing? Like, am I just not? Do I just not know?
I miss going to a black club and knowing the rotation that they was. I remember back in Atlanta, I would go to Bulldogs and I knew what time to get there because I knew when the rotations was about to happen. You would go into Bulldogs and they would start playing the 90s shit first, then they would go into the little reggae section, and then they would play all the ratchet shit.
Wow.
Every Saturday, consistency. You don't get none of that out here. I remember I came out here performing Trina. These people didn't know what the hell to do. I want to look back at me. These people lost their minds. Them old white men didn't know what to do.
God, I don't know if you've ever been to Bulldogs. Bulldog is it is.
I have been.
You have been to Bulldogs? Okay, so you know how small and ratchet that place is.
I love
Yes,
it.
it reminds me of the gay club here, just the Atlanta version.
That's the type of shit I like. I want to go where the sweat is on the walls.
Oh,
So you want to go to the hood?
well,
You want to go to
Bulldogs
the
is
hood?
it, child.
I love it urban.
Oh,
Like I
10th and
said,
Piedmont. Did you go to remember 10th and Piedmont?
you asking me that?
Oh, that's got Hershii.
Oh, okay.
What's it called again?
10th and Piedmont.
10th and Piedmont. I probably know the building, but I can't say I remember that name.
It's in walking distance from Bulldogs. Now, that's where the sweat is on the wall. Because me and Dominique
10th and
went there
Piedmont.
literally on Sunday, and somebody in there did not know what degree or secret is.
That's how you wasn't dancing enough, because if you getting down, you don't even smell it.
Baby, no,
We
the
would go
girls
in and
were 8 counting in the corner.
that's what I'm saying. Me and my crew, I was those girls. Me and my crew would go in and say, "Clear the motherfucker. If you ain't came to dance, clear the floor.
Bitch.
Don't let Gibby Body get started. Move, move."
We have to connect. It's a shame that we missed each other this whole time.
I know this is crazy.
this entire time. So much adjacent connections that we just ain't never had. Go ahead, Scotty. I'm through. I swear. I'm through.
We gonna get you in the mix, Scotty. You've been missing out. That's okay, because when I get to you, Scotty, we gonna get you in the mix. Drag the gay clubs, all of them. How old are you? What? You couldn't be no more than 25.
I'm 32, actually.
You a damn lie.
I just turned 32 in February.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Now I want to know, how old do I look?
I thought you was like 27.
Me?
Yes. Y'all know y'all friends, so I said, okay, each one of y'all around the same age.
But we the same. Me, you, and I are the same age.
Me and you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we 30. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
32. Ain't that some shit? Tell me something.
Yes, ma'am. Look, black or crack.
At all.
Right.
Clearly. This child said 32. I swear this. I'll be watching this little. I'll be like, this little baby interviewing that song.
Oh no, we
No.
old.
Y'all are elders in the community.
Not the eldest father. I can't.
But this is what we do, because we're coming towards the end of the interview. So this is what we do towards the end of every interview. We play a little game, and it's
Okay.
a game where we ask the people on these shows. We name each person on the cast, and you have to describe it in either one word, one sentence, or you just say how you feel about that person. Okay.
Got you.
Now, Jamar, should I start it or should you start it?
You go ahead and start, baby. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with King Payne.
Messy, but he's funny.
My next one, I'm gonna go with Ian or Fly King I.
I love him, and y'all slept on his rhymes. I liked his introduction. Nobody liked it, but I liked his introduction. It was not a shot at looking.
I think people give him a hard time. I actually
They do.
Even though his voice don't fit what he looks like, I still like him.
It really don't. He really sound like somebody's mama, but look like.
And that was not a shot. Everybody swear that was a shot at Kendra, and it really was like an honorable mention. Like, I don't think that they liked that he mentioned that Kendra was behind bars, but he was trying to say, like, she reigns over, like, Chasing Atlanta. He reigns over LA is what he was saying, behind bars, because they both rap. But she happened to be behind, she happened to go to jail. Like, it was a double entendre thing, thingy.
The girls did not see it.
They hated it. They hated it. They did. They did.
They did not see it.
Okay, who am I gonna go with next? Jeremy
is so sweet, and he does something really nice for me later in the season. Y'all see.
He did tell us about that. He was like, me and Hershii worked on something later in the season that I can't wait for y'all to see. So I'm like,
Jeremy's very sweet, and I actually going on the show, he's like, I aspire to be like how he presents himself online. Is what I'm trying to get like, because he's actually working and not in the mess. I'm kind of like semi in the mess because I like it a little bit, but I try to stay out of it.
kind of like a little bit.
Fran is very funny and cute. Uh-oh.
You're the only person that didn't say ass, so.
I mean, he got one. He loved that. He do love his ass, y'all.
Oh.
He loved that ass. Jayla?
Yeah, Jayla.
Jayla is gorgeous. And I want a few of her units.
Okay.
She keep a good wig. Her nails, too. She keep a nail. Alicia's very sweet, standoffish, but she has her, I don't know if she tells it later in the season, but she has her reasons. She already told it. Actually, no, she already told it. So yes, very sweet and misunderstood.
Very much so. She was our first Chasing LA interview. When I tell you, she had us kikiing.
She is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all gonna leave my sis alone.
She is hilarious.
This is
It gets very woman. Titties. Woman. Face.
D. Hawkins.
A character. He is somebody. I'll tell you that. A character.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That's very vague.
Another thing, I like D. Hawkins. Just don't ask me, and this is no shade to him, but don't ask me about his makeup or anything that was going on in the one episode that got nothing to do with me. I was not consulted.
That's all I need to say. That you said you were not consulted. That gives me all the shade.
Yeah. Love you, D. Hawkins.
I love D. Hawkins too, but
yeah, D. Hawkins. He said he just wanted to be talked about. So that you did what you set out to do.
You succeeded.
You did what you set out to do.
Quan.
Misunderstood. Very sweet.
Next week.
Yeah, he'll be here next week. Andre.
Misunderstood. Very sweet. And he loves himself, and people can't take that. Andre loves him some him. He is bougie. Now, I'll tell you that. He's bougie. Hasta Diddy. We bit uppity. But he loves him some him.
Oh, we know.
I do believe we sent everyone.
Yeah, I think
I don't have anything messy to say because everybody on the cast loves me. Like I did what we were supposed to do the first night and got to know everybody.
Well,
yeah.
Did anyone not do that assignment?
Did anybody what?
Did anybody not do that assignment and get to know each other the first night?
Everybody else. Wait a minute. I think Jayla and Quan got to know each other, but everybody else, no.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was like a pit of snakes. Just they all.
So honestly, I was thinking about this beforehand. I don't think I've ever seen you talk about it before we do our closing. How did you come up with your drag name?
Oh, I'll tell that story. It's not too long. So, coming out, my original character name when I started getting in geesh was Dawn Tantalicious Asia Smith. It was that was the character that you used to watch on YouTube, Dawn Tantalicious Asia Smith. Dawn Tantalicious Asia Smith. And the only reason it was Smith is because when I was typing into the program that I was using at the time, I couldn't add any extra name to it. I ran out of letter space. But of course, as the years went on, they got a little bit disrespectful to Black women because it was the ghetto woman trope thing. That's what I was doing at the time, so I had to give it a chop. So and then it turned into Deasia Smith in Atlanta because I was trying to have a pageantry name because that's what I thought drag was. But it didn't fit. It didn't sound like me. So while I was actively trying to change it, and I was watching the Braxton and Family Values, and Tamar kept popping up, and you know how she always talks to herself in the third person. Are you talking to her? Not she, me, and that caught my attention. I was like, okay, her, not she, and I started saying it, and I kept repeating it until it became a name. And everybody thinks it's the chocolate, but no, it's actually her, she, me, myself in the third person. Her, she, yeah. Now, Licquor, I couldn't give you $1 to tell. Licquor, I don't know where the fuck that came from. It just runs together. I couldn't tell you where that came from. I do not remember where Licquor dropped from.
It just sounds good.
It just sounds very good.
I'm sure most people assume, Hershey chocolate, they're black. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's the first thing I assumed that it had a lot to do with you eating chocolate.
No, it's just me because I love myself so much. Hershey, me.
Do you use are you strict on your pronouns when you're in drag, or do you have a preference of pronouns in drag?
No, I let everybody call me whatever you perceive at the time. I know, like Alicia said, I know when I'm in this, it gets woman. It gives lady. It gives woman. But when I'm in boy, like whatever you call me, it's whatever you call me. I'm not stuck on program.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I'm like, I use them all. Like right now, I use them all.
What are your pronouns? Them, they, he, should. I'm an experience. An experience.
Yes, God. Yes, God. So at the end of all of our interviews, we like to ask the question to all of our guests: like, did you have a good time? Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel like we did our job as the host of the show? Like, give us your feedback.
Oh, me. I was about to say people are commenting right now. No, y'all did a really good job. This was fun. I was like, what the comments say?
No, you.
No, I really enjoyed myself. This was the most laid back one, probably because I'm in drag. When I put my face on, like I get a little bit more.
See, and that's why.
Scotty, I want you to look to your, I think it's your right. Okay, look to your left. This is your future. We're gonna put you in makeup. We're gonna get you in it.
I already knew.
We're gonna get you in it.
As soon as you said it.
We're gonna get you in it.
I already knew because I said he's looked like he's gonna contour right here.
We're gonna get you in it. Here. We're gonna get you in it. We're going to bless you. Yes.
Now see, Hershii has all the costumes and the wigs, so I mean,
it's fine.
I have the body. I don't know how much body Hershii likes to wear. Like I have the Nina Bonita Brown body.
No, I'm very subtle body.
Oh no, see, my padding is 2 inches.
Oh girl. No, that's too much heat.
That's why look, I tagged you in the picture, so whenever you get off of here,
okay,
take a look at them. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
But yeah, my padding was 2 inches. I had some 3-inch foam. That's when I knew I was about to be walking around here looking like Mrs. Puff.
I'm about to play with you. Oh, SpongeBob. Oh, wow.
So look, you hear Scotty. That means you know that we gonna.
Oh wait, the other way.
Just wait for it. But again, y'all, we really enjoyed you having you here on our platform. Thank you so much.
You.
For awesome feedback. We had a great time. We already knew it was gonna be a good time. We was looking forward to it. We were just looking forward to it.
Thank you.
This interview kind of brightened my spirits up because my spirits have been down the last 24 hours, over 24 hours now. My spirits have been down with me grieving of my uncle, and this kind of Jamar, he always, I don't like telling him that he's right about stuff because normally 90% of the time the bitch is always right. So I don't really like to let her know that she's right. But she told me that this is probably what I would have needed to lift my spirits up. Because at first I was
thank you.
I was like, you know what, I'm probably just going to let Jamar go up there and do it himself. I just control it from the background. But then so,
nah, we gotta have both of them up here. It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. This was fun. Y'all gotta have me back.
I'm glad. Look, anytime for whatever reason that I don't think we've had any repeat guests other than like Latrice from Bell Collective. I think everybody's come on like at one time because we only started doing this like last maybe September, like having like the guests from the shows on.
Okay.
And so there hasn't been like any new seasons to come out with the same guests on. So we haven't had a chance. Like we don't have a format of like return guests because we'll be able to ask the same kind of question. So we'll be interesting.
Pramil count?
Who?
Pramil.
Not really, because it was a whole different platform. He was coming from 2 different platforms at
the time.
And
Q and Oliver count because they was on here more than once.
Q bum rushed Oliver's interview at the last second, and so it didn't really count because it was like a precursor, like a preview trailer, if you will. So again, make sure you guys go follow and support Miss Hershii Licquor on all of her shows. She's going to be at Rocco's on May 22nd. Make sure y'all go tip the girls, give her some Cash App munties because LA is expensive. We appreciate her again.
Urban.
Don't forget the ghetto part.
Urban.
Very much so. West Hollywood, not as much, but everything else.
Urban.
You know what?
Have you ever been out to West Hollywood at Halloween?
Huh?
Have you ever been to West Hollywood during Halloween?
Oh no, I won't fuck with it. No, thank you. I don't want to be part of that.
Ooh, girl.
Too many saltines for me.
First of all, you couldn't even get cell phone reception. Okay? There were so many people out there. People were trying to catch Ubers. That was a nightmare. There was somebody that was running 2 blocks half naked to catch the bus because that was their costume, and they sat bare butt ass naked on that bus to get home. That was my Halloween 2018.
No, I won't be participating.
Okay, with that being said, Jamar, do you think that Hershii could probably be one of those guests that we have on Boys Night Out?
Sure. I would bring Hershii for anything.
Yeah, we have another show. We have, besides the Prelude, we have another show that we do every other Friday called Boys Night Out with 3 of our other friends, and
Okay.
we're now allowing like different people to come on ever so often to join in on whatever we're talking about. So I think it'll be a good.
Yeah, let me know.
And you ain't gotta be engaged for that, girl. This you ain't gotta be.
I'm about to say y'all wouldn't get this every other Friday. This is, I ain't got
Look, they don't get me ever. Hardly.
Have mercy.
It's very.
Scotty is 32.
32 years of around the sun.
I swear I was older than him. Wow.
It's only 2 years.
88.
But people don't believe that I'm 32. They don't.
I don't believe it now.
Well, they still card me at the club thinking that I have because I still have my California license. When they try to card me at the club, they be like, "How old are you?" I'm like,
Right.
No, I handed have 30.
I have to let them know they don't believe me. I'm like 21289. 21289. You know.
wow. I mean,
21289.
so we're going to be exchanging contact information.
Okay.
So we can definitely stay in contact whenever we are in each other's cities. If you ever perform here, if I ever go to LA and visit, I have to visit all of the girls in LA because we've enjoyed every interview that we've had with the cast so far. So we're definitely
Good.
connect with you guys. And these interviews are also like a way for us to get to know you guys outside of the platform because the platform can present you, one way, and then this gives us a chance to have our own personal relationship.
Yeah, I'm actually the rudest one on the cast. Everybody's really been fooled.
So here's the gag.
The gag, yes, I'm DeAndre.
So if you are available to stay backstage for a few minutes so we can talk about that tea that we can't talk about in front of everyone.
Okay.
Because this is a cute little live. We had about consistently 50 people in here live watching this.
Yes.
So
Yeah, this is the most. Yeah, you've had the most people viewing your interview since we've been doing interviews Chasing LA. I'm just gonna make that be known. You've been the most viewed one we've had.
Look.
So, with that being said, you guys, we've come to the end of the road. First of all, I want to thank Hershii for coming on, allowing us to interview her tonight. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. And just thank everybody. I really had a great time. This is exactly what I needed tonight. Cause yeah, I ain't gonna keep talking about that, but this is exactly what I needed. With that being said, you guys, we are out of here, and I'm gonna hurry up and end this because I cannot take it seriously. With that being said, guys, we are out of here, y'all. Peace out.